Well, it's post Hoenn Tour, everyone, and I am going to go through everything that happened during the event and kind of just walk you through, I guess, what I got and all of that. I have a completely separate video that I'm going to be doing on my feelings about the event and all of that, so make sure you check that out. It may or may not already be out on the channel at the time that this video is coming out. I haven't decided what order they're going to be coming out in. So yeah, anyways, I guess go ahead and drop a comment down below. Did you like the event? Did you not like the event? And definitely go check out that other video if it's out, because yeah, I got a lot to say. Anyways, I don't want this video to be about that, so we're gonna just go ahead and just go straight into it and talk about the things that I got from the event and what I did during the event hours, because this video really didn't go the way that I was expecting it to. I actually had completely different plans for this video. Unfortunately, the event did not go to plan for me, so that's why we are now sitting here in my home rather than being outside during the Hoenn Tour, because yeah, Hoenn Tour was absolute... I'm just not gonna say anything. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe if you guys are new here, and let's go ahead and talk about my results from the Hoenn Tour. Okay, so the first thing that I kind of want to go through is just the hours that I played during the event. I streamed the very first hour. If you haven't already checked that out, you can go check that out on the channel. I streamed the very first hour on Saturday. I did some raids with viewers. We did Groudon, we did Kyogre. We talked about what you should do to prepare and all that other stuff. And honestly, it started out fun. We did Kyogre raids, we did Groudon raids, and it was great. There was a couple people having issues connecting to the raids themselves, and that was kind of a bit of a struggle, and I definitely experienced some raiding struggles during the event as well, though not quite as bad as some other people, I think. However, when it came to actually raiding the Pokemon, I don't know exactly how many Kyogres and Groudons I did, because I actually transferred some out. However, I do have what I have as of at the moment, and I am going to go ahead and just show that to you guys. I'm basically going to kind of go through an order of the Pokemon that I have done since this event started. So I did a bunch of Rayquaza raids after the event on Saturday, and as you can see, I actually did pick up a shiny Rayquaza. However, it's absolute garbage. Yeah, we're not going to talk about how awful that is. That's a whole other thing. But I did pick up that shiny Rayquaza, and yeah, that was it. That was it for the event. Like, I didn't really get anything too great. I didn't get anything, you know, surprising. And that was about it. As you can see here, I have, what is this, 9, 10, 11 Groudons. Like I said, I have transferred some out, but I did at least 11 Groudon raids. I have 960 primal energy to show for it, which I think is a decent number. Obviously, I haven't maxed out a Groudon. I do have a 98 Groudon from like a year or two ago when Kyogre and Groudon, the shinies, came out in raids, and I was raiding it like crazy back when I lived in Daejeon. And yeah, so from the Groudon raids that I did during the event, not a single one is actually worth keeping. I think the highest Groudon that I got was like a 93, so really not that great. And as you can see, 0 shiny Groudons. Now if we go down to Kyogre, I did a ton of Kyogre raids trying to hunt down another Hundo or a Shundo Kyogre. And that's including 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 that are still here that I didn't transfer out. And I have 1,650 candy, or I should say primal energy, from Kyogre. Now, of these Kyogres, unfortunately, this 2331 is the highest one that I have, which is a 91. Yeah, 91 was the highest I got out of all of the Kyogres that I did during the event. Nothing too crazy. The only shiny legendary I picked up during the event was a shiny Latias, which I actually got yesterday. I was on my way home and I picked it up. It's not good, which is fine. I didn't have a shiny Latias. I had a shiny Latios already, but I didn't have the Latias, so it was a nice find. And then these ones here, obviously, I have this one, which was the research one, which actually came out to be a 93 and not too shabby. And that one, which is just absolute garbage. So that one was a wild caught one. Now, obviously, we have the Rayquazas here. And again, I haven't picked up a good Rayquaza since Raid Hour, which I got a 98. So yeah, it is what it is. So these are the legendaries that I got during the event. Now let's talk about the shinies. So this was kind of the most disappointing part about this event for me. I walked around from the moment that I ended the stream on Saturday, and I was outside for 7 hours. 7 hours. 7 hours outside. I did not stop to eat lunch. I only picked up a bottle of water because it was hot and I was wearing my jacket, and because it's actually cold outside, but when you're walking around in a big thick winter jacket, it gets really hot really fast. And I basically was doing laps around a park that had lured Pokestops, and I had incense on and everything like that. And from day one, I got a grand total of 4 shinies. The very first one, ironically, was actually the Farfetch that's down here is actually a referral reward that I got before the event actually started in the morning, which was kind of funny. And I was like, oh, this is a great sign of things to come. No, I'm pretty sure that Farfetch stole all of my shiny luck for the entire event. And it was a garbage one to begin with. As soon as I left my house, I did manage to pick up a shiny Absol. And I was really excited about that because Absol was one of the Pokemon that I really wanted from this event. However, it wasn't until maybe 3 hours after that my Go Plus picked up the shiny Illumise, and I happened to click on the shiny Zangoose late in the evening, whatever hour Zangoose was spawning. It wasn't the first set, it was definitely the second set. So that's how long it took me in between, and then Go Plus picked up that shiny Cacnea. So during the event hours, I only picked up the Absol, the Illumise, the Zangoose, and the Cacnea. I was shiny checking every Pokemon, and this is something that I will talk about in that other video. And yeah, I was really annoyed at the end of the day after doing all those raids, and not getting any shinies from raids, not getting any shinies from, you know, just wild Pokemon. I was in a park walking around, lured Pokestops galore. There were probably 100 or 200 other people in the park playing Pokemon Go at least, because we were all smashing out raids like crazy. There was a ton of people, but the spawns were trash. And, you know, honestly, for a game that recommends you going to parks and stuff like that, it was very lackluster, and yeah, that's all I have to say about that part. So moving on to day 2, I picked up the Rayquaza at 6 p.m. after the event was over. So as you can see, from then on, those are the other shiny Pokemon that I picked up. So yesterday, which was Sunday, I picked up a grand total of 6 shinies. Now, I was in the park ready to go at 10 a.m. and I did not get a shiny until 3 hours into the event. All right, let me make that clear. 3 hours into the event is when my Go Plus picked up that shiny Cacnea. 3 hours. 3 hours to get my first shiny, and then I just happened to randomly click on the Soul Rock, and it happened to be shiny as well. And then during all of this, I was in the park, and then I decided, you know what? I normally have really good luck if I ride the bus. So I actually rode the bus to a completely different park and had 0 luck there. That's actually, you know what? I can't say I had 0 luck because that's where I picked up the Soul Rock and also where the Go Plus picked up the Cacnea. But then I decided I was gonna hop back on the bus and go back to the bigger park. And when I got back to the bigger park, I picked up the Minun. My Go Plus picked up the Phoebus. And then at that point, with those 4 Pokemon, I decided that I was done, and I was gonna go home until the end of the event and do Rayquaza raids at the end, because honestly, I didn't want to spend 8 hours walking around for subpar spawns and subpar shinies because they just were not coming in here, and it was really annoying and really frustrating. However, when I stopped to get lunch, finally, I think it was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I happened to get 2 Latias spawns. The first one was not a shiny, the second one was a shiny, and that was the one that I picked up. And this Wilmer actually came from sitting at home, of all places. I decided I was just gonna lure my home Pokestop, throw on an incense for like an hour and see what happened, and a Wilmer popped up. So out of the 1 or 2 spawns coming in off of the incense plus the lure, of sitting at home for an hour, I got a shiny Wilmer. Tell me how that makes sense. How walking around for 7 hours and then sitting at home for an hour, it doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, those are my shinies from the event, and I'm very, very sad to say I did not get any hundos. I did not get any 98s. I did not get any 96s. The highest I got from either wild Pokemon or research was the 93 Groudon. And then the 91 Kyogre. So when I say that I did not have a very good event, That is why. I had horrible luck with my shinies. I had horrible luck with my raids. I had horrible luck with my research Pokemon. And I do have some eggs on still from the event, and I will go ahead and show those off. I do still have a few 10-kilometer eggs on. I actually have one that I haven't even started walking yet, but I have 3 10-kilometer eggs left over from the event here, as you can see. That should hopefully give me 1, 2, or 3. It would be nice if I got a shiny. The chance of me getting a shiny, very, very low, but it would be super cool to get any 3 of the special Pokemon from the event, shinies from these eggs. I did get the Relicanth. It did hatch from an egg, and it just wasn't very good. So hopefully I will get a better one from these last 3 eggs. But unfortunately, that was the event for me. That's it. Nothing amazing, nothing fantastic, nothing surprising. And I feel like I spent a huge amount of money in terms of doing remote raids, and just no return. And I feel like a lot of people probably felt like that from the raids. The raids were just subpar. They made it really hard to catch the Pokemon when you only had 8 or 9 Pokeballs to actually catch the Pokemon. And I know for me at least, I had 4 Kyogres run. So even of the Kyogres that you see here, I had about 4 of them actually just jump out of the Pokeballs constantly and run for me, and not a single shiny popped up. So yeah, it is disappointing, and it is what it is. Again, I have an entire video that I'm gonna have out that's kind of looking at the Kanto Tour, the Johto Tour, and the Hoenn Tour, and kind of comparing them and giving my thoughts and my feedback on all 3 tours, because I have played all 3 and I had vastly different experiences between them. And I think one of the biggest things that really affected the kind of like the gameplay for me was just simply there was no increased shiny odds, except for Cacnea, which obviously is the only Pokemon that I got multiple shinies of. So yeah, the fact that there was literally only 1 Pokemon in the entire event that had boosted shiny odds, and yeah, I mean, that's all I have to say about it. So yeah, anyways guys, let me know in the comments down below, how did the event go for you? I hope you had a much better experience than me. I hope that your day was filled with shinies, and hopefully you got some hundos and even some shundos, because that would be amazing. Again, I have not very much good things to say about it. The only good thing is that I added the Relicanth to my Pokédex. That's probably it. That was maybe the highlight of my entire Hoenn experience, was getting a Relicanth for the Pokédex. And getting a shiny Absol finally, even if it's a very bad shiny Absol. So I guess with that, I'm gonna leave you guys to it, and I will catch you in the next one.